Hey, you take a look at this setup. This is our viewer Wayne's beautiful John Deere 4410 hooked up to a hydraulic wood splitter, and then the process is completed by loading it in his John Deere Gator. Hey, thanks Wayne. Hi everybody and welcome back to Tractors in Life. I'm Kevin. In the middle of making my fall list. I've got, I don't know, several pages already. I'll probably literally have almost 100 items on here. I know I'm OCD, I get that. But we go through a complete metamorphosis here with our 4 very distinct seasons. And coming up is this. Yeah, we get snow. Everything changes. Things that we have outdoors have to come indoors. The equipment has all got to be ready for winter. And so there's just an awful lot to do. And I like checking off items. So that's a lot of what you're going to see. Right now, we are having issues in the garden that I want to address. Hey, if you enjoy our videos, we sure would appreciate a thumbs up right here. And if you've not subscribed, we'd be honored if you join the Tractors in Life family. Thank you for watching. The yield in the garden has been okay at best. And I just feel that we've got issues with the soil. If you take a look at the middle of the garden, I mean, it looks kind of odd, you know, why did we plant the perimeter only? Well, we didn't. We planted a lot of things in the middle, carrots, greens, and a few odd tomato plants. And we've had no luck. The peppers have done really good. The tomatoes, well, honestly, they're just okay. We're going to get a decent yield, but I think we've got problems with the soil. So what I did, actually I did it by accident. I bought 2 soil test kits. So I'm going to use that redundancy to try to be sure that what I'm going to do with the soil is going to be the correct thing to do. And what it's called is amending the soil. That's something that farmers do. And in my research, I figured out that the fall, they say, is a good time to amend your soil, probably relative to the pH, and figure out what's going on and make some corrections. Tess works awfully hard out here, and I know she's disappointed in the results as well. So I'm going to get that done. You'll see that in this episode, along with a lot of other things in this episode. This episode's going to be all over the place, just so you know that. So you know what? Thank you for joining us, and let's get to work. Well, I am off to do a few errands, one of which is, here in New York State, we are required to get annual vehicle inspections. I know some states don't have them. I lived in Florida for a while, as I've mentioned, and Florida used to have vehicle inspections, then they did away with them. Here, you got to have them every year. They're like $15 or something like that. It's not a big deal. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm sure not a fan of more government, but at the same time, I guess you do need to make sure that the vehicles on the road are are safe. It's pretty basic inspection, lights, brakes, things like that. It takes 20 minutes to do. So we're off to there. I'm actually going to go to Valvoline. They do New York State inspections, and at the same time, I need to get the oil changed.
You have a great day.
Thank you, you too. It is a rainy day, but boy, are we glad to see it. It's been a very, very dry summer, and I'm certain that the farmers are glad to see it as well. They're starting to bring in corn here, and at least my observation has been that the corn does not seem as big as it normally is this time of year. But yeah, we got some rain, and we got some great coffee too. All right, let's go on to Valvoline. Okay.
You're the first one in here. That's good.
I'm going to be putting a fertilizer on the lawn, and I always like to cut the lawn first before I fertilize. This is a brand new fertilizer that I'm trying. This is the spreader that I'm using. It's a Chapin. It has an auto stop feature on it, which is nice. So when the wheels stop turning, obviously it's not just discharging the product. I really like it. I've gone through a couple of these. I know my buddy Bob was asking me about which one he should buy. Bob, this is the one, the Chapin. But as far as the product goes, so this is what I'm trying. I got it from Amazon. It's high nitrogen. You see it's 3406. And the purpose in this product is to deliver you a nice deep green. It's also a slow release over a 10-week period of time. It's also cheaper. Now the only issue that I have is trying to find the correct spreader setting. I've been through Anderson's website, I've been on Chapin's website, I cannot find it. But they do give you a formula. As an example, you see this bag weighs 18 pounds, if I can hold it still, and it covers 8,000 square feet. So I've calculated that a light application is between 2 and 2.5 pounds per 1,000 feet. A heavier application is about 3 pounds. So I'm probably fertilizing, I don't know, 15 to 18,000 feet. So I'm going to just have to play around with the setting. So I actually did contact Anderson, the manufacturer of the fertilizer. They were very helpful. Told them what type of spreader I had, and they had told me to put it on number 3 on my spreader, which is what I ended up doing, and worked out pretty good. Cool today. It's absolutely gorgeous. Hey, by the way, if you've not tried one of these magnetic pins, they're awesome. Allows you to hook it up and not use a cotter pin. Just save some time. I don't know if you can see this. You can see you've got some bigger particles in here as well. And yeah, I've got a lot more than 16,000 square feet here, but I only fertilize and overseed the contiguous areas to the house, what we call the front and backyard and the 2 sides. The rest is just too much to do. Yeah, so let's get started and try to figure out the setting on this. I'm going to start, I think, at 3 on this spreader. So one thing I always hate is when you see someone using a new product and you never get to see the results. So I thought I would place this in the video and show you exactly what the front lawn looked like after 5 days. And then going around to the back lawn, you can see product went down beautiful, and it's already started to green. And hopefully I'm going to enjoy the 10 days of fertilization or nitrogen release that the manufacturer claims. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to begin the process of testing the soil. Now, I actually have two different kits. It was actually an accident when I ordered them from Amazon, but that's okay. This one is called Garden Tutor. I'll put both the links to these in the description. This one is a nearly instant test. They want you to wait about 8 hours before you check the pH, because what it gives you are these pH strips. See if I can get you guys to see that. And there's a little process that you go through. I'm going to use 4 different areas of the garden to test the soil for both these tests. So this, I should have results in about 8 hours. All this is from GoSmart, and this process is similar to the other one. I'll take the 4 samples, and then I've got a bag to put them in, and then a UPS envelope. It's all paid for once you purchase it. And I do have to, when I'm done with this process, go on their website for that company, for GoSmart, and register it prior to mailing it. It's going to be interesting to see how these two tests come back, you know, the instant versus the mail way. But this is important information that I really want to have. As I said, you know, the garden's okay, it's not great. I think we may have a pH problem, and this, between these two processes, should tell us what we have to do. So let's go out there and get some samples, and then we'll go from there. Okay, out in the garden, and I think I'm going to use 4 different locations. They want us to go, they say one test says 3 to 5 inches, the other one says 3 to 6 inches, so we'll go 4 or 5 inches, kind of split the difference. Grab the 4 soil samples, and then we'll go from there. All right, now both manufacturers want us to mix up the soil samples. All right, now with the GoSmart, that's it. Fill up the envelope, send it off. But with the other one, the instant one, I've got to measure out 8 level tablespoons of soil and 8 tablespoons of distilled water. You can use regular water. They say distilled is the best, so that's what I'm going to use. All right, that's 8. And so I'm going to take some of this, what's left over, and fill up this bag. Actually, they do, on the side of the bag, it does say fill to this line, and that's about where I've got it. It goes right in this prepaid UPS envelope that they give you. Now, as far as the other one goes, we've got the soil in there, and then I'm going to put my 8 level tablespoons of distilled water. Okay, so it has been long enough now that we should be able to test this. And they do tell you that when the strip comes out, you're probably going to have mud on it. So they say that you can run some distilled water over it. You're supposed to put this in the fluid for 3 seconds. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And now I'm going to run some distilled water over it because I can't see what the colors are. Well, I still can't see. Do that again. 1, 2, and 3. And now we'll try to mix this around. And these are the colors that I've got. So now I need to match this up. And I can tell this is off the charts. So here you go, I cleaned it off a little bit. And when I match it up, all right, I'm going to interrupt this segment. You can see how I'm struggling with this first kit, the kit with the little strips in it. I followed the directions exactly. I don't recommend this kit for you. It was very, very frustrating. I mixed that slurry, you know, the distilled water plus the mud, exactly as they said. You dip it in there, it's covered with mud. I tried going into distilled water to rinse it, and you still couldn't make out the colors. So I had to take my fingers and rub it off, and you know, I would think I'm contaminating at that point. So I would not recommend this kit. Didn't work for me. Maybe I'm an idiot, good chance of that, but I couldn't figure it out, at least how to do it so that I would get something that truly represents what's going on with our soil. So I'm going to depend on the one that I'm mailing away, and I'll be getting back to you guys with those results. But for right now, stay away from this one. So now we're going to wait and see what happens with that mail away kit. Of course, I'll report back to you guys on that. I can't do anything right now with the fabric down. And I'd say we've probably got about another 3 weeks of growing season left before I can take the fabric up. And this is always the race that I have every year, is that I want to get it tilled for the fall before the really intense fall rains come. And plus, once you pull the fabric off, you've got to give it some time to dry. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to till mud. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Always enjoy being with you guys, and we will see you next time on Tractors in Life. Right now, God bless you, and thanks for watching.